fog of the deep memory. My name is Tony, a young detective with a hidden past. I have a gap in my memory that I can't piece together. Every dream brings a blank space filled with a deep, rambling sound, like a heartbeat or distant drums. The sunlight streamed softly into the room as I sat at my desk, tapping my diary, my mind elsewhere. Since the accident a year ago, I've lost all memories before I was 7. The doctor called it selective amnesia, but why? What's hidden in my lost past? I no longer wanted to simply wait for my memories to return on their own. I decided to embark on an adventure to personally uncover this mysterious veil. The first step was to return to the old neighborhood where the accident took place, Bia Street. Bia Street was still narrow, with low red brick houses lining both sides. I quietly asked a few neighbors. Some shook their heads and avoided me, while others wore a subtle smile. My mood grew heavier, and a sense of unease coiled around my heart like creeping vines. "You child, if you've lost your memories, don't come back to search for them," an elderly man muttered. His gaze wandered, as if hiding something. I struggled to suppress the confusion inside me. "Uncle, do you know something?" I asked. He simply shook his head, his cane making a click-clack sound as it struck the ground, the noise echoing through the empty alley. Though disappointed, I didn't give up. The next day, I visited an old photo studio. On the dusty, yellowed wall, I saw a familiar face, my childhood self, standing next to an unfamiliar woman. She had never appeared in any family photos. Who was she? On the back of the photo was a note. Bia Street, number 20. Happy birthday. With a feeling of unease, I made my way to Bia Street, number 20. It was an old, rundown, 2-story house. As I opened the creaky wooden door, I stepped inside, taking in the thick dust and a beam of light shining on an old chair in the corner. I scanned the room, holding the flashlight tightly. Faintly, from beneath the floorboards, a tick-tick sound echoed. Suddenly, I noticed an old note pinned to the corner of the wall, with a string of numbers written on it. 5,179. A flash of a childhood dream came to mind, where this number had appeared. A chill crept up from the base of my spine. I carefully made my way up to the second floor, each step echoing with a thud on the wooden stairs, as if every footfall was stepping on fragments of forgotten memories. The door to the second floor was slightly ajar, and my attention was drawn to a box covered with yellow cloth. I gently pulled at the box's lock, and to my surprise, it was the very same combination. As the lid creaked open, old newspapers and sketchbooks appeared before my eyes. The cover of the sketchbook depicted me and the woman leaning against each other and smiling. The drawing was simple, yet it exuded a warmth that made my heart tighten. When I turned to the last page, I found a letter tucked inside. "Tony, if you can see this letter, it means you haven't forgotten everything. I am your birth mother. I hope you've grown up safely all these years. When you grow older, perhaps you will understand everything. Your loving mother." My fingers trembled. The blank space in my heart began to take on color and warmth, and the fragments of the past slowly started to take shape. I gently touched the sketchbook and the letter. Though many details remain unclear, I was no longer the child lost in the fog. In this moment, as sunlight shone through the old house's windows, I felt more grounded and courageous than ever.